Following total atomic annihilation, the rebuilding of this great nation of ours may fall to you. That's why we at Vault-Tec have prepared these educational materials for you to better understand the 7 defining attributes that make you special. Today, we will focus on strength. In the wasteland, essential supplies will be scarce. When an item of value is found, keep it close and away from bullies. The stronger you are, the more you can carry. Be sure to know your limits, or you may find it challenging to escape from hazardous scenarios, no matter how strong you are. There are other situations where you may find yourself in close proximity to unfriendly neighbors. For such cases, you must learn to defend yourself using your natural strength. Use anything sharp or sturdy enough to swing. Get creative with your implement, but stay reasonable and look for anything that can further enhance your innate vigor. The greater your strength, the greater the impact. But remember, some moments require more than muscle. Keep doing your chin-ups and push-ups because there's more strength can do for you. Swing for the fences like the pros, crafting specialized protective gear to keep, or building clever weapons to wield. Regularly study your Vault-Tec provided materials to prepare for survival. And to answer the question, do you know what makes you special?
British occupation!
Back to England with you! You lost the back name! By the crown!
Won't be able to pick this.
It belongs to America!
No more British occupation!
Join our ride! Have your tea back, you chicken apes! No taxation without representation! Let's send these drinks back to London by sea! Commandos, we ride to Lexington to warn Hancock and Adams. Awake, men of Middlesex! The King's regulars are coming out!
I'm telling you, man, let's just get the hell out of here. We got no reason to hang around and get shot.
Stop being such a fucking pansy. We hope you were so I can't see! I'm coming in there, and I'm gonna skin every last one of you!
Come on, man. They ain't going nowhere. We got other shit to deal with.
You hear that? I gotta go take a little walk, but I'll be back, and you'll be dead.
Huh?
Get some, motherfucker! Let go! Come on.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey, Commonwealth Minuteman.
Minutemen?
That ain't it.
So now I'm traveling backward in time?
Protect the people at a minute's notice. That was the idea. So I joined up, wanted to make a difference. And I did, but things fell apart. Now it looks like I'm the last Minuteman left standing.
Who are these people?
Maybe?
Just folks looking for a new home, a fresh start.
Nope.
I've been with them since Quincy. Lexington looked good for a while, but the ghouls drove us out of there. A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. It's just me, the Longs, Marcy and June. That's old Mama Murphy on the couch. And this here is Sturgis.
Hey.
Ghouls? What are ghouls?
God damn
Wow.
it.
You really aren't from around here, are you? Ghouls are irradiated people. Most are just like you and me.
Maybe?
They look pretty messed up and live for a long time, but they're still just people. The ones I'm talking about are different. The radiations rotted their brains, made them feral. They'll rip you apart just as soon as look at
That
you.
ain't it.
Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But, well, we do have one idea.
Let's hear it.
Sturgis, tell him.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
What makes that power armor so special?
A West-Tech internalized servo system, that's what! Inside that baby, super is the new normal. You'll be stronger, tougher, resistant to rads. Get the suit. You can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
And I can use the minigun like a rifle?
Don't see why not. It'll have a manual trigger. Just aim it at the bad guys and do the old spray and pray. Now, as for the armor, it's out of juice. Probably has been for 100 years. It can be powered up again. But we're a bit stuck.
So, what's the solution?
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC, a standardized fusion core, your high-grade, long-term nuclear battery used by the military and some companies way back when. And we know right where to find
But
them.
we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement, locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Can't be too hard. I'll see what I can do.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
There we go.
Careful, kid. There's something coming.
Perfect.
And it's angry.
You all right?
No.
We need help, and we get a vault dweller? What are you going to do in that stupid jumpsuit? Bleed to death?
Hey.
You're not what I expected. Dog meat will find.
occupation.
Back to England with you? Have your tea back, you chicken apes! Remember, lads, two if I see.
No taxation without representation.
Mondos. We ride to Lexington, one Hancock in out of these streets. Back to London, boys. Men of Middlesex. The King's regulars are coming out.
Up here. Boss! We got somebody up here! You see that? Why don't you get down here? Show me that fancy gun up close. Not a lot of people could get through my boys. I'll give you that.
Fine, Preston. Quit fussing.
That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you're on our side.
You guys gonna be okay now?
Yeah, for a while anyway. We can at least move. Listen, when we first met, you asked about the Minutemen. One thing you should know about us, we help out our friends. So here, for everything you've done, thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Well, since you say that, maybe you'll come to Sanctuary with us. We could use your help getting settled there.
What would I need to do?
You'd need to stay strong like you've been. 'Cause there's more to your destiny. I've seen it. And I know your pain.
My destiny? What do you mean?
You're a man out of time, out of hope. But all's not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
Where is my son? Where is Sean?
Oh, I wish I knew, kid. I really do. But it's not like I can see your son. I can just feel his life force, his energy. He's out there. And even I don't need the sight to tell you where you should start looking. The great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Diamond City. The biggest settlement around.
What's in Diamond City? Is Sean there?
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later. The sight will paint a clearer picture.
No, Mama Murphy, we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
Shush, Preston.
تبغى
We're
مخدرات
all
هذه.
gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the sight. And our new friend here, he's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's safe to move out. We're heading for that place Mama Murphy knows about. Sanctuary. It's not far.
She knows about it? You mean she had one of her visions while she was stoned out of her gourd? And now you want us to just head out on another wild goose chase based on no better plan than... Mama Murphy saw it?
It can
Oh,
hardly
hold on,
turn out
hold
any
on.
worse than...
Everybody just take it easy. We're all in this together, right?
طيب لازم ارمي واحد من مسدساتي.
So, Marcy, you got a better idea of what we should do next? Anybody? Well then, Sanctuary it is. Let's just hope it lives up to its name.
Come on, June, it's time to go.
Hey.
Oh, we need to keep moving.
Okay.
برجعه بسوي له صيانة زي كذا شوف. رايحين.
We're right behind you, boss. I still can't believe he took that thing out.
First time I've seen one of these things up close. I'm very glad it's already dead. Don't worry. I'll get these people to sanctuary.
عفوا. Sanctuary. Oh, sanctuary. Oh, no, sanctuary. Oh. Oh, حسب ما يتعب. في عداد. في عداد طاقة كمان شكل كور. شكل سنشوري المكان اللي كنت فيه، بس برجع الارمر واصلحه واشوف ايش ممكن اقدر اعدل عليه. افتكر زمان لما لعبت اللعبة كان في زي الدوك كذا احط الارمر عليه. هذا سنشوري هي نفس المكان كنت فيه انا. يعني الناس اللي حساعدهم وزي كذا هيجوا ينضموا عندي هنا. دكتور. طيب خلينا نسوي ستورج رصاص كويس مثلا ماسك حق هذا. Long pipe pistol. خلينا نروح. اهلا welcome to the stream. Workshop. Stat. Special perks. No. Level up to 2. Oh, okay. Toughness. You mastered the buying and selling price vendor are better. يقول لك let Voltic guide you the path across target display.
You're at the Red Rocket truck stop. There's a video in order to recharge your armor so you can make the trek across the wasteland. But like I said, these are scattered all over the map, so these aren't the only places. But anyways, what you want to do is walk up to the crafting station. Once you're there, go ahead and get out of your mech suit. And then instead of looking at your mech suit, what you want to do is actually look at the crafting station. And you're going to see a button that says craft. Go ahead and press that button, and it's going to bring up a menu. Now, once you're here, you'll see an option next to unequip that says repair. In my case, it's the Y button. Now, my armor's fully repaired because I repaired it ahead of time and not even thinking. But you guys may be wondering, well, what does it repair with? All it uses is steel, actually, which is really nice because I have so much of it. But as you can see, you can also upgrade your armor and put custom paint on it as well. I really like how they did this. It's so cool to be able to just to get parts, go scavenge for them, then upgrade your armor and make it a lot stronger. I really like that. Now on to recharging your armor. So in order to charge your armor, you need these things called fusion cores, which I'm sure all of you guys know. But the question you're probably asking is, where do you get these fusion cores? You can't find them anywhere. Well, it's actually pretty simple. You just want to go to buildings and scavenge for them. You mainly find them in basements where there's generators, and you'll know it's a fusion core. Trust me. I'll actually show you a clip right here.
Engine core power restored. Thermal engine fueled, primed, and standing by for your command.
As you guys probably saw in that video, I obtained a fusion core, and that actually happened to be in the basement of the Arc Jet building. I was actually on a quest, and I was down there, and I was turning on the power or something for that guy, and there was a fusion core there, so I got it. I also heard that there's one at the museum in the beginning of the game you can actually get. But you can also get them from merchants and stuff, but they're typically really expensive. So unless you're one of those bottle cap exploiters, then you're pretty much out of luck there. And occasionally you can find them just laying around, but normally they're behind locked doors. So let's go ahead and get into actually putting the fusion cores into your suit. So what you want to do is go up to it, press X to transfer, and then you're going to see your fusion cores. Press A or whatever button it is on your system, and it will transfer it. After it does that, you'll be energized and no longer known by the name Mr. Armstrong. So there you go, guys. Hope this helped you out. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.
تعال ممكن نتكلم.
Excuse me.
I'm glad you decided to come with us. I should have listened to Mama Murphy all along. Pretty nice place she's found for us. I think we could settle down here. Make it a place to call home. What do you think?
Sure.
I don't know. It's strange being back here.
What do you mean? You used to live here or something?
Yep.
Yeah. Before the war. Before everything was ruined.
What do you mean? Before what war? Are you saying...
I lived here over 200 years ago. I was frozen or something for most of it. Just woke up a little while ago.
Damn. Like one of those old pre-war ghouls. You say you were frozen. Anybody else make it out with you?
My son. Somebody took him while I was still trapped. Have you run across anybody with a baby boy?
Damn. I'm sorry. But no. I haven't run across any kidnapped babies. I'll definitely keep an eye out for him. Anyway, I am glad you're here. And I hope you don't mind, but I've got another favor to ask.
Sure.
I've had word from a settlement asking for help. There's still hope in there are Minutemen out there somewhere. The only chance to start rebuilding the Minutemen is to show people that they can count on us when they need us. Trouble is, I've got my hands full here. Do you think you could go help out the settlement?
Yes.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. The Minutemen could use more people like you. By the way, if you want to help out around here at all, talk to Sturgis. I'm sure he'd be glad for all the help he can get.
Sturgis.
Sanctuary.
فيوجن كور عشان نعبي فيوجن كور. كيف اسوي كرافتنج طيب؟ سبيشال ستاند بركس.
What's happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and welcome to our crafting and housing guide for Fallout 4. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an overview of both experience via fast travel. Now, looking at our map, we can see that right now we are at Sanctuary, and Sanctuary is actually the first settlement you unlock. Relatively close to the start of the game, you're going to have a mission to head on over here to Concord, and after that mission, you have the choice to come back to Sanctuary. So before we can really set up anything, obviously we're going to need building materials. Now, right here, you can see I already have a house built, and we have a plot right here. Additionally, if we run on over here a little bit, we can see there is another clear plot ready for a house to be built. And when you first get over to Sanctuary, both of those are houses that have basically been completely destroyed. You can just scavenge them for scrap. Now, scavenging is the main way that you're going to get all your materials to build. You can accomplish this two ways. You can either go on over here to the workshop and hit E, or alternatively, you can just hold down the V key and you will bring on up your workshop menu. So now that the workshop menu is up, we're going to talk about getting materials, and getting materials is relatively simple. As long as you're within the boundaries of your settlement, walk up to anything you want, just about anything you want, hit R, and you will end up scavenging it. So you can see we got a couch here, I'm getting wood and cloth out of that. The coffee table, I'm getting wood. The rug, I'm getting cloth. And you can see I'm just really going all over and getting tons of materials. Now, it is important to note that we have this green border right here. And this green border, you'll see at any settlement, this represents the boundaries of your settlement. Boundaries of your settlement, so basically outside of this, as you can see, outside of the buildable area, workshop auto exit in 5 seconds. I'm no longer able to salvage anything outside of there or build items outside of there.
Now, another thing you guys may be concerned about with all this scavenging is where is all this loot going? You know, I'm picking up a lot of stuff. Isn't this going to bog down my inventory? And the answer is no, which is fantastic, because anything that you pick up while scavenging will default go over to your workshop. So if we hit R to bring up our workshop, we can see that we have a bunch of stuff here. You know, scrolling down, well, let me sort it out a little bit. Going more into the, and it's all classified as junk, but over in the junk area, you can see we have, you know, 24 plastics. On top of that, 208 pieces of steel, 276 pieces of wood. So as long as you're within the vicinity of your sanctuary, or within the vicinity of your settlement, I should say, anything that you scavenge will go by default to here, so you don't have to worry about carrying that stuff around. Now, let's talk about building. When it comes to building, things can be a little bit tricky. So we're going to give you guys a couple of helpful tips just to make your life a lot easier. And one of the first things we're going to actually discuss is building a fence, because building a fence was a huge pain in the ass for me, and it took way longer than it should. So once we have up our workshop menu, we can see a list of the various things we have: structures, furniture, decorations, power, defense, resources, stores, and then lastly crafting. Just to go into each thing very quickly, under crafting we have the various workbenches and stations that you're going to want within the game. In stores we can create various stalls that will attract different merchants. Under resources we have the aesthetic industry that we have our brush, feel free to miss, but around the entire settlement to keep out raiders. Moving on over to wire fences, these are much smaller and they're what you would expect to find around your house. So when it comes to building a fence, the first thing you're going to want to do is start with the very corner of it, just because the corner is always going to be a pain in the ass. As for our controls, we can use the middle mouse wheel to move it back and forth. We can rotate it with left or right clicks. So we're going to bring this a little bit closer to us, just so I can make sure I get it right where I want it. Perfect. So we're going to place that, and after you build one, at that point, you want to begin you know, getting the next one. Now, one thing you'll see right here is I'm having a little bit of trouble kind of getting this wood piece in. Now, as you can see, if we rotate it so the post is now facing towards us, makes things a lot easier. We rotate it, and you can see it kind of hooks right up. Perfect, just like that. Now you'll see we can't connect. Now, there's a couple different aspects here. We have the posts. Because we used a one post, two mesh type deal, we're going to have to add another post there. And then we can add another post and mesh, and then another post and mesh. Now you may be thinking, why aren't we going for a corner? And this is one of the things where crafting can be a little bit of a pain. Really finicky about really our own corner and post. Match this for shorter own. We're not really another beef bench right here. So you know, 3 of the main ones that you're going to want are already at your disposal. Now what I want to talk about is getting specific pieces of loot. So in our weapons workbench here, we're going to go on down to my quick heavy 10mm pistol. We'll select that, and we can see the various different mods that we have available for the other parts. This is my receiver, and as it's finding, if I go up to it and sting, automatic receiver, decreasing our damage but increasing our fire rate. And as we go down, we can see when something requires a perk. Now, one thing I want to discuss is finding certain items. As you can see here, I have everything required for this. However, if I go up to powerful receiver, we can see I'm missing oil and adhesives. So in that case, what you would do is hit T, tag for search, and you can see we now have, we had it before, but now we have this magnifying glass next to adhesives and oil. And this is going to be important because we're going to now exit this station. We're going to pull up our fast travel and head right on over to here, Drumlin Diner. Just a little place I found when I was exploring and Fallout walkthrough. I was never a giant fan of New Vegas, but now...
Rest easy knowing that Wolfgang is rotten in hell.
So I'm talking. We ended up to go straight over to junk. Feels that we know what the crafting is. A lot, of course, absolutely fantastic. You have available to get as well. Since that you'll got the air power, so we're furnished. So you can see I have a couple beds just kind of thrown in here. This actually used to be a bathroom, but we're going to throw another one in here. Hopefully that'll keep them out of my house. That's been one thing that has been an ongoing challenge for me. Are these damn settlers keep coming inside my house? They won't stay out. Now they have a 5th bed here, and you can see pretty much everything you build gets you XP, even in low amounts. So moving over, a couple different ways to do defense. We can do guard posts, turrets, or traps. Turrets, of course, produce a ton of defense, but at the same time, they require circuitry gears and oil. Alternatively, guard posts only require wood and steel, but as you can see, it also requires a person. So to talk about that real briefly, resource is now assigned, and she's going to be responsible for working that. At the same time, so make sure guard. Even though to that next copy generators gives the big generator, we're gonna swing it a little bit. Send it out and
The perk tree in Fallout 4 is a big, long list of perks and special stats that can be quite hard to determine what's the best to use. In this video, I'll cover the best perks for any build that every player needs. Let's go! Let me know in the comments what your favorite perks are. We'll start with strength and we'll work our way. Did you know if you give Dogmeat a teddy bear, he will play with it? To celebrate the Fallout TV show and the upcoming next-gen update for Fallout 4, here are the best tips and tricks that you should know whether this is your first time in the Wasteland or your 100th. Let's go! Let me know any tips that I've missed in the comments down below so we can all help each other out. So I want to focus on not necessarily the obvious stuff in this video, some more complex things and just some like fun things that you should probably know. So we'll start with one, which is that you can actually change the color of your flashlight. It's defined by your Pip-Boy text color in the display settings. So if you don't like the green glow that it gives off, you can actually change the color of your Pip-Boy text. It will also change the color of your flashlight. If you are aiming at a wall in first person, you can peek around it by aiming down sights. You can do this if you want to peek over something or to the left or to the right. It's a good way to keep yourself behind cover while still actually being able to shoot. When hacking terminals, you can reset your amount of tries as well as remove dud words by looking for these specific sections like the brackets and arrows that will highlight a specific section. By clicking that, it will remove dud words as well as reset your tries if you have used up a couple of your tries. It's good to do this if you have used a couple of tries, you're not really any close to looking for actually getting the right word, to go through, remove all the duds, find the one that will reset your tries, and then start again, and chances are you'll actually find the right word. You should be upgrading your weapons and your armor early and often. Most of your damage increases as well as your armor improvements and resistances will actually come from just upgrading your overall equipment. When you're modifying equipment, the mod that you remove from that item will actually be placed in your inventory. Now you can sell this for an extra couple of caps, but you can actually just transfer it to your, say, workbench if you're at a settlement and keep it in case you want to upgrade a different weapon and put that mod on that weapon. Conversely, the same thing if you find a weapon that has a mod on it that you want to actually use, you can take it off that weapon and keep it for later to put it on a weapon that you want. Now, all of this crafting stuff, as well as the settlement things, which we'll talk about a little bit later, all revolves around the junk that you find in the world. And I think it's at all aluminum and threats and pre-war money because they're great for just trading as they don't weigh too much and they have a high value to sell. Now, on your junk screen on your Pip-Boy, if you press C on PC, you can actually view the raw components rather than on the right hand side. On this screen as well, you can actually tag specific types of components, say in this case, ceramic, aluminum, and adhesive, so that anytime you come across those items in the world, they'll have a little magnifying glass next to them, so you can make sure you always pick that up. You can do the same thing on workbenches. You can tag resources that you are actually looking for. So I mentioned that adhesive is really important. Before you even got this as your own settlement, you could just go there and grab some corn, some potatoes, and some mud fruit, take that back to your settlement, and then you can grow those specific fruits, so that you do need them. If their inventory is actually full, like you can't actually store any more things in them, if you put objects into, say, a container and then command them to go and take those objects, it'll actually bypass their full inventory and they'll still pick up those items. Some companions as well can actually pick locks or hack terminals for you. Kate, for example, can do lock picking, and Nick Valentine can hack things, so you can actually command them to hack things, say if you don't have the perks required to actually do that, or you can command them to disarm mines like in the same way in case you don't want to get close and blow yourself up. You will probably collect a ton of companions throughout your playthrough that you won't obviously be using all of them all at once. So if you do assign them to a settlement, make sure you assign them to a task, right? Like, you know, for example, at the start of the game, you've got Codsworth that you'll get pretty early, and you can assign your settlers to do things as well as your companions. So, you know, you may as well assign them to just do some, say, scavenging at a scavenging station, for example, right? To generate a bit more junk for you. Dogmeat is definitely the best companion, not only because you can, you know, you can dress him up into collars and bandanas and armor and goggles and all sorts of cool stuff, but if you put a teddy bear in his inventory, he'll then get that extra idle animation, actually play with the teddy bear just when you're not traveling around sometimes, which is pretty cool. Power armor is a fantastic way to survive out in the wasteland. Now, you will need fusion cores, just like in the TV show, funnily enough, and your fusion cores will actually like drain faster if you're using certain things. Say if you're sprinting, specific specifically sprinting, uses a ton of charge for your fusion cores. Strong melee attacks and VATs also drain it as well. Now, if you are fast traveling, it doesn't actually use any of the fusion core batteries, so you can feel free to fast travel around rather than just sprinting. Now, you should be selling your fusion cores to traders before they actually run out, as their value is the same regardless of if the charge is at, say, 100 or 1. It's just once the battery is completely drained that it is significantly cheaper. So if you want to make an extra couple of caps, make sure you're selling them before the charge completely runs out. And don't leave your power armor at your camp or anywhere with the fusion core in it, as any of your settlers and companions might actually just jump in it and stay in it, so just be careful of that. XP and your skills and perk points are really important. Now, there is no level cap here. You'll consistently level up in Fallout 4, so you don't really have to worry about, say, missing out on any perk points or anything like that, but you will need to make decisions around which ones you get first. Now, the further away you get from essentially Sanctuary, the harder the game gets, so just keep that in mind while you are exploring. Now, while there is no level cap, you will need XP to actually level up, and the more XP gains you can actually get, then the faster you level up. The simplest way to increase your overall XP gain is via your intelligence special stat, as the more
مرة كثير.
Fallout is a gaming staple thanks to its rich lore and massive games. Thanks to Bethesda's insistence on putting that TLC to everything they do, like Starfield and The Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5 is still a ways off. Thankfully, Fallout 4 holds up, so if you're starting your first adventure in the Wasteland in the Commonwealth, here are the best perks to prioritize early on. Like many Bethesda RPGs, you're gonna be tempted to pick up all the random junk you find in the open world, especially since Fallout 4 implemented a seriously in-depth crafting system. Unfortunately, a packed bag means encumbrance and slow travel speed. Thankfully, strong back lightens the load and increases your carrying capacity so you can keep on keeping on and run wild in the wasteland with all of your items for crafting and base building. The world of Fallout is one where technology advanced rapidly before the nuclear war broke out, so despite the 50s vibe, you'll have tons of computers you can access to control turrets, mechanized doors, and a host of other systems. Prioritizing the hacker perk and the locksmith, well, only open up more possibilities for your Wastelander to tackle each situation you come across, and let you get creative in places you wouldn't be able to tread had you not invested in these perks. Look, you'll find out pretty quick that everything in the Wasteland is trying to kill you dead. It's a simple solution, but putting points into the Life Giver perk will increase your pool of health. It'll come in handy if you forget to quick save and run into a Deathclaw's home to just see what happens. Since you're going to constantly be on edge while traveling the Wasteland, in addition to dog meat, bullets are your best friend. The Scrounger perk allows you to more easily come across larger pools of ammunition as you explore. While melee weapons are present in Fallout, more often than not your enemy will have a gun, so your best bet is to fight fire with fire, and you can only do that if you have bullets in your chambers. Fallout 4 is, after all, an RPG. Some of the most fun to be had in the genre can be found in dialogue encounters, or being able to rely on your charisma to get you through conflict, or convince characters to join your fight. The
بك صح؟
ما بقى احد يا رجال شقيتوهم يا ولد ما لحق بغيت اموت والله راح الخامس راح
يا عمري
في فايت ثاني ولا خلاص يا عيال؟ ما ظنيت يا ولد هنا عودة التريكستر فكيف في فايت بعده؟ عفوا قبله. اي وينه؟ Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Shield yourself! Shield yourself, you can! Ay, يا حرام. GG's. يا حرام طيرتون حيوان والله نايس.
النوس.
أنا راجع البيت، تبغوني أجيب شيء أكل معايا لك؟
لا سلامتك يا موسى، عندي أكل عندي.
أوكي.
يلا على مالك بالطبع.